On BBC Two shortly, comedy with the young ones. As Mark and Samantha decide to have a tea party, the vicar tries out his new toy, and there's an appearance by Dexy's Midnight Runners. Now the 9 o'clock news with John Humphreys.
Hello and welcome back. In this video we'll be looking at the latest Blu Ray release of The Good Life.
Bloody! I hate it! It's so bloody nice!
Okay, Vivian, don't worry, calm down. We're not looking at The Good Life. We are, in fact, going to be obviously looking at the review of the Young Ones Blu Ray today. So last year I did the review of the Only Fools and Horses Blu Ray that came out, the 80s specials. I'll put a link to that video in the description. This time round, a year later, we are lucky enough to have another release on Blu Ray, and this time it's of the Young Ones. And it's the 40th anniversary, so yeah, 40 years ago, can you believe it? In this Young Ones Blu-ray, it's got the biggest selling point is actually the amount of extras in it. But first of all, I'm going to talk about the actual the video quality or picture quality of the Blu-ray. So if you're buying this expecting it to all be crystal clear, brand spanking new HD, then you might be slightly disappointed. But I did go into a bit of this in the Only Fools and Horses Blu-ray review, but I'll go into it quickly now. Essentially, the way that British sitcoms were filmed in the, especially going back to the 80s when this was filmed, a lot of it was filmed on videotape. So the everything in the studio would have been shot on videotape, and this is a predominantly studio-based sitcom, as a lot of them were back then in the 80s. So a lot of that's on videotape. Now usually we would have the outside location shots would usually be shot on film. Now Young Ones wanted to break the mold as usual. Actually, quite a lot of the on location work for the Young Ones, especially in the first season, was actually done on videotape as well. So that is just the nature of the beast. That's how it was filmed back in the day. Before we jump into the actual looking at the video quality of some different scenes, let's have a look at the what we actually get in this Blu-ray release in terms of the out of the box experience. So yes, we get this box here. You get the inner sleeve. It's quite nice, and you can see it's got some quite nice artwork on it as well. And then we've got 3 Blu-ray discs here. So I got one upside down. There we go. So it's 3 Blu-ray discs. Disc 1 is season 1. Disc 2 is season 2, and disc 3 is all those glorious extras. They are all BD50, so that's 50 gigabyte Blu-rays. So yeah, they do pack quite a lot of data in them. You can see some nice artwork there, and on the back as well there, if I move my finger. There we go. So yeah, it's quite a nice box package in there as well. So this is what I like about buying physical stuff. It's the sort of stuff you don't get, when you stream something. You get the nice box, get the nice artwork, and you get the nice the fielded discs. And of course, all those lovely extras, which we'll get onto later, don't we? Yeah. So in terms of the technical quality, so like I said, each Blu-ray disc is a 50 gigabyte Blu-ray disc, and all the episodes are presented in 1080i. So it'll be 1080i, 50 hertz, because it's, let's see, sun's over here. And obviously the footage would have been shot in an end-place format, obviously, except the film inserts so 1080i works quite well for this. It's none of that, you know, filmic sort of look or anything daft like that. And obviously in the original 4:3 aspect ratio, no stupid stretch of the, you know, make everyone look fat and everything like that. They've done it proper to form. Obviously some of the extras are in 16:9. But yeah, it's all in the original aspect ratio. Sound-wise, it's all in DTS HD master audio. Obviously, just mono/stereo presentation. Again, the original way it was recorded. So obviously it's not in surround sound for obvious reasons because it wasn't never made in surround sound. So yeah, it's in the original, keeping that original formats there. So yeah, so if you have a look at the actual video quality, we'll hopefully be able to show you some clips. It depends on the sort of YouTube copyright mechanisms. So it'll either be some videos now, or if not, failing that, hopefully get some sort of stills. So yeah, so I haven't had time to watch it all yet, but I have skimmed through all the 12 episodes to, you know, find roughly where the actual native HD content is. And like I said, there's not a lot of it because of the way it was the film back in the day. Even a lot of the on-location shots was filmed on videotape. But it seems to be in season 2. That's where the film inserts are, and you get that starting on the episode Nasty. That brilliant sort of horror sequence type throughout the beginning. So you got those shots, and the shots in the graveyard throughout that episode are all in HD, and it looks bloody good. It looks bloody good. They've done a really good job. They've gone back to the film inserts. They've got the original 16mm rushes of them in the film, and they've regraded and remastered them. So yeah, to HD standard, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to show you some of that. Like I said, depending on YouTube's copyright mechanisms, but yeah, it does look really good. And the next episode on from that, which I believe is Time, beginning of that, where sort of the Dallas Mick taken. No, I can't see that. So yeah, so there's quite a lot of native HD content in Nasty, and in the next episode, Time, where they do a parody of Dallas at the beginning, which is obviously all in Neil's head in his dream. That is again all done on film, and again looks brilliant. You can see all the detail in their faces. You can see the makeup on Rick Mayall's face and everything like that. It looks really good. I watched that segment last night, and yeah, it does look really good. And I believe the only other bit I've noticed as well was the last ever episode of Young Ones. That famous scene where they're driving the Ringmaster bus. That's all shot on film, so you get to see that in glorious HD as well. So I don't think you'll be that disappointed there's not much actual native HD content in, because the job they've done on upscaling, it's really good. I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to video quality, picture quality, and upscaling and all that. I could tell a bad upscale is a good upscale, and this is a good upscale. Obviously, some people might have their own opinions, and it can be sometimes down to a personal taste, but to my eyes, yeah, it's really good. And of course, the sound quality as well is excellent because you've got that DTS HD master audio track, which is obviously lossless. So you've got that studio quality recording. It's never looked or sounded as good as this on the Blu Ray disc, on any release rather, compared to the DVD, streaming or whatever, VHS, yeah. So yeah, of course, if you've never, most of you probably watch this, may have seen the Young Ones and want to know, is it worth upgrading to this release? I was going to say, if you haven't watched the Young Ones at all, if it's, you think what is, you might have seen little clips of it, but you never watched it properly, well, in my opinion, it's good. But I believe at the moment it's on some of the streaming services. I think it's on BBC iPlayer and all that. So you could watch, you know, an episode or two on there to see if you like it. If you do, stop watching it on there, and you're going to want to pick up a copy of this on Blu Ray, because, you know, it's like night and day on compared to like the iPlayer or the DVD release. So yeah, so in terms of, you know, is it worth the upgrading it? Even just on the picture quality alone, and sound quality alone on just the pure episodes, I say yes, it's worth it. So like I said, the whole team have done a brilliant job on this Blu Ray release, just of the actual episodes, and these little bits of, you know, when it's proper native HD, it looks really good. As I say, I watched the beginning of Time last night, like I said, with the Dallas parody. Obviously that was like a dream sequence, which is meant to look obviously different to the you know, in comparison to, you know, the ordinary, you know, rest of the episode, you know, because it's a dream sequence, and the fact that it's a native HD, because sometimes like especially in the Only Fools and Horses release, when you're going between the native HD film inserts back to so like a studio shot where it's done in SD, sometimes it can obviously be quite jarring, that difference. I mean, even on standard definition, you know, the famous thing of, you know, going from film to video camera can be quite jarring, but it's especially so when it's, you know, native HD back to SD, can be quite jarring. But in actual fact, especially for Time, it works really well, because it sort of emphasises that, you know, this is, you know, a fantasy dream sequence, you know, and then you sort of see that transition back to the grotty, you know, house, you know, student house, and I think it just adds, it just emphasises that point, you know, and it does add stuff to it. So even for that, you know, it's worth it. But that's not actually the main reason why I bought this release. I mean, before I bought this Blu-ray release, when it first was announced by Richard Latto on Twitter, I saw he's one of the producers who worked on this release. I knew that there would be very little native HD content in there, and most of it would be upscaled. So I wasn't buying this purely, you know, for that HD as such. Obviously, that's, yeah, a nice bonus. It's purely because of the extras. So here we go. I'm gonna have to read it off the box. Take a deep breath, because lots of them. Okay, so first of all, you get 10 new commentaries from the cast and crew. So commentaries are, you know, the great thing about any sort of DVD or Blu-ray release, you know, when you get a commentary track on it, because you don't get that normally with the streaming services. That's what you miss out on, you know. And, you know, they're really good. You're going to get, obviously, all that, you know, insider knowledge and insight, you know, of how they, you know, the creative process of making the episodes, and everything like that. So it's fantastic. We're getting, you know, 10 brand new commentaries, like I said, from the cast and crew there. So that in itself is, you know, really good. We get some never seen before deleted scenes. Now, yeah, so I'm going to get this wrong on to now, but Ed Rudden, I'm going to pronounce that wrong on to. I'll put a caption if I got it wrong, so apologies. Basically, he's one of the VT editors on the working on the show, and he actually has a tape of outtakes from season 2, which he has made available for this Blu-ray release. So for the first time, we've got these outtakes on this release. I haven't had time to watch them all. I've seen some of it, but that's, again, it's brilliant. I just love the deleted scenes, bloopers, all that sort of stuff. It's great. So and the quality of that, from what I've seen, is actually quite good, because it's obviously from Ed's personal collection of tapes, so it's really good. Got rediscovered rushes from the cutting room floor. So yeah, this is where especially from the film inserts, when Richard and the team were working on this, they found a load of these film rushes, the original film negatives on the show, and they found that actually there was quite a lot more material, because obviously when you're editing anything, a lot of it's going to get cut out, and that's decisions for that could be like for timing or for various reasons, so what they've done is they've actually included basically everything that they found, and they put it on a separate extras thing, and obviously that is in native HD because it's from film. So that's brilliant. You even got stuff like some of the underwater sequences from the episode Flood, which you'd see so from on the episode, like on the green screen out the window. You actually see the actual original footage from that, and stuff you haven't seen before. So that's again a brilliant extra to have stuff we haven't seen before. There's an extensive photo gallery featuring the original music score and unpublished images from the production team. Again, fantastic. You've got all these, new and sometimes never before seen photos. Obviously, they're presented in HD because photos have been scanned in, from film, and so they look brilliant as well. And the original music score on there as well. So yeah, again, brilliant, isn't it? That's my place now. Production team. Oh yeah, we go. Raw studio footage. So some of this has been floating around on YouTube for a while. If you're fans of the show, you might have seen some of this, but basically we got it all included on this Blu Ray release as well. Obviously, some of that quality of footage will vary because it's basically what it has survived, but it's fascinating to watch, because it's basically, like I say, it's the raw studio recordings, so you get to see them, setting up for a take, and obviously when the bleep is in there as well, and and stuff that's they might have cut out of the actual episode as well. So that is fascinating as well, especially like if you want to see how they made the show, that you can't get any better than that. It's fantastic. You got a work print edit of Sick. So what that basically means is we got an alternative version of Sick. So Sick is obviously from the episode from it, and so that's basically where they found again bits that have been before been cut out. So it's basically another version of it. A bit like when you got a director's cut of a movie, when they bring out director's cut sort of thing. So you got that as well. So again, stuff you've never seen before. So you got, which is absolutely fantastic as well, and the quality of that is really good as well. So, and you got some little things as well. Fundamental Frolics. That's basically. Features an early appearance from Rick Mel himself, so these are sort of clips that they got from the archives, and they've included them on. Not necessarily, obviously, this is before they did the Young Ones, very early in their careers. So it's great to see them as well being presented on here. Again, they're not necessarily directly related to the Young Ones, but they are sort of related. But they've been included in it, which is absolutely fantastic. And you got another first here, So for the first time ever, both episodes of Boom Boom Out Go the Lights, which is actually introduced by the producer who put alternative comedy on the telly as well. So again, more stuff that we've never seen on any release, and a lot of people may not have even seen at all. You've also got some alternative Rebellion, making of the Young Ones, and some little clips of guest stars of the Young One featurettes. You got little sort of featurettes taken from various programs throughout the years. When they've done like the 25th anniversary, for example, things like that. Basically everything you ever want on about the Young Ones is in this release. You've also got one which is not actually listed on the back, but I hopefully, if it usually will let me, I've put a clip in the beginning of this video. They've actually got 5 minutes of original continuity and presentation from back in the day relating to the young ones. So obviously that's the promotions, and the menus or promoting the show from back in the day. So again, that's great to see as well, especially for fellow presentation fans like myself. it's worth it for that. You get to see that it's got the clocks on there and the idents and everything. So so yeah, essentially, if you're a fan of the young ones, even if you got this on DVD, VHS even though it's on the iPlayer, maybe on some other streaming services, if you could spare the money, it's definitely worth it. I say it's definitely an upgrade. Like I say, even for the extras alone, obviously you got the enhanced picture quality. Maybe not, obviously not so much. A lot of it in native HD. Most of it is in standard definition, upscaled. But even so, picture quality throughout is excellent. Sound quality throughout is excellent as well. So you basically got everything from the other releases plus more, on this as well. So at the time of doing this review, it's about £20 or £19.99 on the likes of Amazon and shops and all that. That's the price as it stands, that's the price I bought it for. Like I said, I bought this myself, so it's not like I've been given a copy or anything. I bought it myself. For 20 quid, yeah, it's excellent value for money as well. So again, another reason to upgrade. So if you can spare 20 quid, or or if you maybe for a Christmas present, if you know someone who would like this for a Christmas present, or if you if you want it for yourself for a Christmas present, just give that hint to your loved ones, And also the other thing as well is the more people that buy these sort of things, same with the Only Fools and Horses release last year, more people that buy it, the more these we may get in the future as well. Because if it does well and the shops does well in sales, then they'll think, right, there's the people who make these sort of decisions up higher up, they'll be like, right, we can make it's worthwhile doing this. And hopefully we'll see some in the future. I'm hoping, because another thing that we know that they've done is One Foot in the Grave, One Foot in the Algarve Christmas special from 1993 has been remastered in HD, and that one will be, I'm guessing 100% or near enough 100% native HD, because it was shot on 35 and 60mm film. So that has again been lovingly restored and regraded. And there was a showing down in Christchurch where that One Foot in the Grave was filmed. They screened it at one of the cinemas there a few weeks ago for children in need, so just for charity. And from what I hear, it was really good. I'm fingers crossed that we'll see a Blu Ray release of that as well, and I'll be first in the queue for that. And I'll be sure to do a review of that. But yeah, I'm hoping we'll get some more of these sort of releases, because, like I say, if the amount of time and dedication and work that's been put into this, we've got to give them credit for this, and obviously thank them for putting this together. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up for this one. So yeah, I'll put a link for the previous one I did last year for the Only Fools and Horses Blu Ray review. That's definitely worth checking that out, because that's a sort of a slightly different release. There is a bit more native HD content in that one. But yeah, definitely worth checking the review of that one out. But yeah, make sure you get subscribed and all that other stuff. If you don't want to miss out on hopefully some more reviews like this in the future. But yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.